Hi, welcome to yet another gourmet cooking for people that can burn water. You know, in most of my episodes, I'm usually cooking just an entree dish. There have been a few exceptions where I made creamed spinach in season number 1. But today I'm gonna make all vegetables. This is my special vegetable episode or side dish to go with your entrees. Okay, the first one we're going to make today, we're going to make zucchini boats. Okay, so we start with a zucchini. We're going to cut off the ends, put them aside, and we're going to cut it in half. And we're going to take each half and cut this in half. And now comes the kind of the tricky part here. Now, but it's not as hard as you might think here. We're going to take a teaspoon and we're going to carve it out like a canoe. Kind of get started. And go to the other side and do the same thing. Then you kind of scoop it out a little bit more. Okay, and there you have a boat. So I've cored out the boats. And I've taken the fillings here and I've chopped it all up. And I'm going to put it in a bowl here with 1 Roma tomato that I have diced up, nice and fine. Okay, and then we'll put this on the side. Okay, the next step is to take the shells. We're going to steam the shells just a little bit to soften them up. Okay? Okay, so to steam the shells, I got a frying pan here on medium heat. I'm going to pour some water on the bottom. It's a very thin layer, just enough to cover the bottom. And we're going to wait for it to start to get hot and kind of bubble a little bit. All right, it's boiling. We're going to put them in. Now you'll know that when they are done, if they become just a little soft on the sides. This will only take perhaps a minute. Okay, they've been going for actually about a minute and a half. And you can tell when they're done because when you pick it up and it squeezes easily, but it's still firm. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, I'm going to turn off the heat temporarily, and I'm going to go drain the water out of them. Okay, so the shells are cooling on the side, and now we're going to make the filling. Remember, so I have here that Roma tomato and the chopped up zucchini that we had here. I'm going to dump it in the frying pan. And we're going to salt. And we're going to pepper. So we're stirring around so it becomes, so the zucchini softens up a little bit. This will not take that long. Probably a couple minutes. Okay, so it's been cooking for a couple minutes and the zucchini's gone soft. Now we're taking 2 eggs, we added salt and pepper, of course, and we're going to pour it over the mixture. You stir it all together like a zucchini, tomato, and eggs, and scrambled eggs. Okay, everything was all cooked up here, and I'm now stuffing the boats using a teaspoon. Don't skimp. And we're going to put it on the tray with all the others. All right, all the boats are filled. Now we're going to add the cheese. This is what I had in the refrigerator. We got some cheddar, we got some Colby Jack. You can use whatever type of cheese you want. I prefer, personally, the cheddar. Zucchinis are different lengths, so I'm trying to find the pieces that are longest to go with the longer pieces. Next, we're going to take these and we're going to put this in a 350-degree oven for about 5 minutes until all the cheese gets nice and gooey and melted. Okay, the boats are out of the oven, and you can see the cheese is all nice and gooey and melted over. And we're going to decorate them on a plate. And voila, zucchini boats. Ready to serve. Next, we're going to make tempura green beans. Starts out really simple. You can find this in any store. Tempura batter mix. This is Kikkoman brand, but I'm sure they come in other different brand names too. Okay, which we now have in a bowl. And you just add water, but no, you should use a sparkling water. The reason why you're using sparkling water is that keeps the batter really, really light in nature and texture. And that's how you get all those bubbles in the batter when you get it at a restaurant. So I'm adding and we'll add more to get the right consistency, so it's like the same consistency as a pancake batter. Okay, the batter is in the right consistency. It's kind of lumpy, but that's all right. We add the green beans, and we're going to coat them all in the batter. All right, all the beans have been coated. And now we're going to go over to the pan where I put probably just about maybe a little under half an inch of vegetable oil here. And we heat it up to about 350 degrees here. And if you don't have a meat thermometer, you can kind of tell by just dropping a little drop of water into it, and it'll start to pop. So we're going to take and put them gently in and let them boil. Broil, fry.
Separately.
I'm actually kind of doing them in like little clumps, but I'm not putting too many in at a time so that they can cook apart from each other. And I'm going to keep a close eye on them too here. Flip them over if I have to, just to make sure that they get fried on both sides. All right, all the green beans are fried up very nicely, nice and golden brown. Be sure to turn off the heat, because after all, you don't want to burn down the house, let alone burn water. And we're going to leave them on the paper towel to drain and cool. They're way too hot to eat right now. Add salt. The beans have drained properly and cooled slightly, and we've transferred them onto the serving plates here. And like I said before, we can either serve this as a side dish or an appetizer. And as you can see here, we have our lovely ribeye steak here with some mashed potatoes and the beans. Or you can serve it as an appetizer. Here we have served it with a sweet soy sauce in the middle for dipping. And I tell you, these are so crispy and so delicious. I could eat the whole plate. Finally, we're making probably the trendiest vegetable that's out there right now in restaurants and cafes and cooking at home. Brussels sprouts. Those little mini cabbages of delight. So, and I'll admit, for years, yuck. So, but I have tasted them now that I've become an adult and learned to enjoy different flavors that I hated when I was a kid. So now I like Brussels sprouts. So here's how we're going to do it. We're going to roast them. Okay. I have taken about 1.5 pounds of fresh Brussels sprouts. Okay. Which I'm just going to, I have cut the stems off of them and peeled back the outer leaves. And now we're going to add some extra virgin olive oil. A healthy serving of salt. And ground pepper. Stir them all up, mix them all together. So every piece is coated. Some of the leaves kind of fall off. That's okay. Okay. There we go. Now we're going to dump them on a single layer on a cookie sheet or baking sheet. We'll spread them all out. We're going to take this and we're going to put it in a 400-degree oven. Okay? Now about halfway through this, you're going to want to take this out and just kind of shake things around a little bit just to make sure that both sides brown evenly. Okay? Okay, it's been 40 minutes. I'm going to remove them from the oven here. Oh, they're all nice and toasted brown. Okay. We're going to put them in, we're going to remove them from the pan, put them in a bowl. Now, once I got them all in the bowl, I'm going to drizzle it with a little balsamic vinegar. You don't want too much, so I'm just going to be just a little drizzle. And stir it up. And they're ready to serve. So there you have roasted Brussels sprouts. Thanks again, and we'll see you next week.